Welcome in to Game 51 of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by our good friends over at Zappos. It has been an hour and 38 minutes of rain delay action, but we are just about ready to rumble as the Savannah Bananas at 26, 22, and 2 take on the 19 and 18 Party Animals, which means the Nanners in the 40th battle between these two squads on the tour have a chance for the first time since early March to draw even with their arch rivals. Party Animals looking to bounce back after losing yesterday in a midday affair. Nanners doubled them up 4 points to 2. Party Animals took Friday night's game 7 points to 3, so it was a split in Indianapolis, and the Hoosier State ends a game apiece. Josh Chalevsky, Pico Scala, so happy to have you watching here on a little Sunday evening Banana Ball. Let's get right into our lineups tonight. First, the Party Animals, who are the visiting team, and at the top of the order, you certainly can guess who is there. He is the stalwart, the best man when it comes to batting average on this World Tour, the switch-hitting center fielder, Reese Hampton. Dalton Cornett, the designated hitter tonight in his second campaign with the Party Animals, hitting .340, a .429 on-base percentage. Terrific man for the two-hole. Bryson Bloomer is playing third and hitting third. He's hitting .364, second best on this tour, and his .442 on-base percentage ranks third highest. Jake Skoll in the cleanup spot, the left fielder, pacing the tour in on-base and slugging percentages, as well as triples, tied with Bloomer for the Ribeyes lead as well. Tanner Thomas, the right fielder, will hit fifth. He comes in hitting .283, a .331 on-base percentage. It's Mike Vivacis, the player coach and catcher, hitting sixth in his third World Tour. Always a dangerous man at the dish. Breland Almadova, the styling Hawaiian, gets a half night off. He's the extra hitter. Comes in hitting .286, a .358 on-base percentage in his second year as a Party Animal. Chase Acuff, the shortstop, will hit eighth. He has cooled off a little bit as of late, but terrific with the glove at short and still coming in with a .270 batting average, .367 on base. Jason Swan, the first baseman, is hitting ninth. You just saw him in that weigh-in. He will be strutting his stuff tonight, just about as clutch a hitter as the Party Animals employ. And Dustin Baber, the second baseman, rounding out the order, the team's leader in trick plays. He is 43 for 46. On the mound for the Party Animals, making his first start of the tour, it is the sidewinder himself, Mr. Tucker Perry. Let's check out how the Bananas will line up against them. At the top, it is their center fielder, D.R. Meadows, leading the team with his .436 on-base percentage. His .345 batting average is second best on the Bananas. Eric Jones Jr., the first baseman, is hitting second. .321 batting average, .393 OBP. His 9 homers are leading the tour. Michael Deeb, the left fielder, is hitting third in his third World Tour. Hitting .331, a .399 on base percentage. Pacing the Bananas with his 13 doubles. Dan Oberst, the extra hitter, will clean it up, leading the Nanners with his .360 batting average and second best with his .433 OBP. Dakota McFadden, the DH, will hit fifth. His 17 walk-offs and 3 steals of first base tied for the tour lead. Jackson Olsen in the 6th hole, playing third base for the Nanners. He continues to pick up just about a hit a ball game. Comes in hitting .323. Ryan Cox, the shortstop, had him up here for about half the rain delay. It's going to be very exciting to see if the glove magician can get those 3 trick plays he has promised us tonight. Bill Leroy, the catcher, is hitting 8th tonight. Has cooled off as of late, but he is a tough man to strike out and will almost always put the ball in play. Danny Hosley, the second baseman, 19 ball 4 sprints, leading the Bananas. His sprint percentage in June was mind-boggling. More on that later. Vinny DeRubius, the right fielder, comes in hitting .241, a .333 OBP, and it is Christian Mr. Electric Dearman getting his first start in a while against the Party Animals. But boy, in his last 2 starts, which have been against challengers, he's been superb. Here's how Perry and Dearman line up with their season stats.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting pitching matchup. The Party Animals deciding to go with the bullpen game, and Tucker Perry hasn't been the strongest out of the pens in June for the Party Animals, but they've got confidence in him. And how about Christian Dearman getting the start back for the Bananas? He's been an above-tour average pitcher, and now we're going to send it down to the national anthem.
Honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem. Please welcome Aaron Taylor.
Oh, so can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Land of the brave and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Taylor.
We are finally mere moments away from first pitch of Game 51 on the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by our dear friends over at
Ladies and gentlemen, make some
Zappos.
noise for your
We are
Savannah.
live from the rubber capital of the world, Akron, Ohio, and Canal Park, home of the AA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians,
All
the
right,
Akron
Ohio,
Rubber
you need to
Ducks.
sing this nice and loud. Here we go.
It's the 252nd straight sellout in Banana Land, as over 8,000 Akronites, Buckeyes, and folks from all over the world have come to gather here in the Buckeye State for the 40th battle on this tour between the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals. Let's take a look at how the Nanners align defensively. Left to right in the outfield, it is Michael Deeb, D.R. Meadows, and Vinny DeRubius. In the infield, third to first, Jackson Olsen, Ryan Cox, Danny Hosley, and Eric Jones Jr. Bill Leroy is behind the dish, and Christian Dearman gets the start.
205 total trick plays for the Bananas on the season. I mean, an incredibly impressive mark. Ryan Cox, of course, you talk about those 83 trick plays, always impressive, but it's Vinny DeRubius who impresses Ryan Cox. We'll see if we get another tornado catch out of the Bananas right fielder tonight.
Certainly hope we do. He's 1 for 1 on his attempts, and it was a magical sight to behold. Let's take a gander at Mr. Electric himself in his 5th year as a Savannah Banana. 3 collegiately. This is round 2 as a pro. See what he's done here on the 2023 tour. Across 68 and 2/3 innings, averaging 4 minutes and 4 seconds per inning thrown. And his 5.24 ERA is below the tour average.
Yeah, the graphic does not lie to you, and I'm not talking about the numbers on the screen. How about this? Christian Dearman, the World Tour Rain King, and he is finally getting his first start against the Party Animals since the 18th of April, in which he pitched 3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, but neither of them were earned. So we'll see if Mr. Electric can really settle in and start well in this ballgame and lead the Bananas to a big win that would once again tie this season's series at an even 500 record for both squads.
It would be 19-19-2 if the Nanners can come away victorious. Let's take a look at the Party Animals lineup opposing Christian Dearman. And before we really dig into this, we're going to throw it over to Jesse Cole as he has a message for the people.
Fans, it's time. So on 3, I need everyone here to yell, start the clock. 1, 2, 3. Showtime!
For the party animals, Reese Hampton, Dalton Cornett, Bryson Bloomer due to swing it in the first. Jake Skoll, Tanner Thomas, Mike Vivacis, Breland Almodoba, Chase Acuff, Jason Swan, and Dustin Baber round out the lineup for the Bad Boys in Banana Land. The fellas in pink are partying it up as the first pitch of the ball game just misses the low outside corner. Good looking offering from Mr. Electric. No call from Randy Voss, the home plate umpire tonight. Vincent Chapman basically gets a DH type opportunity, a half night off. He is umpiring first base. Reggie Liggins across the diamond from him umpiring over at third.
And it's fun to see a little bit of a fresh umpiring lineup tonight. Vince, of course, going to give an electric dance at some point, I'm sure. But Randy behind the dish, we'll see how he does tonight.
Reese Hampton, a 12th round draft pick by the Detroit Tigers in 2018. He gets 4 straight bad ones. The first pitch of the at-bat, the only one I thought possibly could have been called a strike, and it was going to be bang-bang at second base. DeRubius not able to get a clean exchange over there to Michael Deeb. Reese Hampton testing that very stout Banana sprint defense. Remember, when ball 4 is fired, all 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher have to touch it before it's live. And Reese, as fast as you make him, it's still a very close play at second.
Yeah, no surprise that Reese wants to get aggressive earlier in this game. You want to get ahead in that points department. And the way you're going to do that if you get a ball 4 sprint is get into scoring position, which Hampton successfully does.
6 straight bad ones from Dearman to start the ball game. You got to think that nearly 2 hours of waiting for him after he had gotten all riled up and ready to rumble can't help the warm-up process. After 6 straight balls, Dalton Cornett gives this one a ride to left center, but D.R. Meadows is there. Hampton going to tag for third and get there easily. And he's 90 feet away from scoring with 1 out.
And that's a productive at-bat there for Dalton Cornett. It is one that you are not going to be upset about. Hitting that one out to deep left center. And smart base running there by Reese Hampton, tagging up now just 90 feet away from scoring that first run of the game for the Party Animals.
And you love to set up Bryson Bloomer, who takes a first pitch bender at the top of the zone for strike 1. Collegiate Bananas teammate with Dearman back in 2021. They teamed up to win the Pettit Cup championship. Bloomer would do it in 2022 as well before going to the dark side to begin his pro career. He's tied with Jake Skoll, who waits in the on-deck circle for the tour lead in RBIs with 38. And Dearman sets him down. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. The bender gets him.
Yeah, that was a great sequence of pitching there from Christian Dearman. He attacked Bryson Bloomer early. What's important, he threw a first pitch strike there from Bloomer, and man, you talk about a great breaking ball that fires Bill Leroy up. That's what Christian Dearman just gave to Bloomer.
Dearman throws a kitchen sink of pitches. 4-seam, 2-seam, cut fastballs. Sinker, slider, splitter. They'll work it all in there. Used to throw predominantly 2-seamers, but was not able to get a lot of control with them with these banana balls, so he switched to a 4-seam grip. But you can see, even throwing 4-seamers with his wacky delivery, it's got some funky movement to it as that one gets the outside corner. Good frame by Bill Leroy. Count 1-2 on Skoll. Jake, the 15th overall pick in the 2010 draft. Texas Rangers grabbed him. That one gets plenty of zone. Skoll down looking. And Dearman gets 2 huge strikeouts on the 2 tour leaders in RBIs to Strand Hampton at third.
Yeah, that was impressive pitching there from Christian Dearman, finishing that inning in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. You talk about having Reese Hampton there on third and being able to set Bloomer down on 3 pitches and Skoll on 4. That's a big, big momentum shift for the Bananas early in this ball game.
And you got to take a look at that pitch one more time, thanks to Jalen Johnson. That thing was nasty. I mean, it's insane to think that he's thrown that with a 4-seam grip. Here's how the Party Animals put him out there defensively. Jake Skoll, Reese Hampton, and Tanner Thomas from left to right in the outfield. Bryson Bloomer, Chase Acuff, Dustin Baber, and Jason Swan from third to first in the infield. Mike Vivacis puts himself behind the dish, and Tucker Perry on the bump to start it off.
Yeah, this is a rare game where Breland Almadova is not roaming the outfield for the Party Animals. 24 trick plays for the Stylin' Hawaiian, but Mike Vivacis wants to get Tanner Thomas and Jake Skull in that outfield. Of course, Thomas had a trick play in Indy yesterday, as did Reese Hampton.
Since we do not have a picture of Tucker Perry, I think the next best thing would be throwing a camera on him and delving into the Sidewinder for the Party Animals. You see what he's done across 15 and a third innings, averaging 5 minutes on the dot for his frames thrown. And he started off incredibly. Bit of a bumpy ride as of late to bring that ERA up to 5.87. Still not bad for Banana Ball.
Yeah, but really what Tucker struggled with in the month of June was his ball four sprints. If he can cut down on those, he's probably going to have a very successful outing. When you throw from that sidearm and submarine angle, you're able to get a lot of weak contact. That's going to be what Tucker tries to do here, as the Bananas batting just .263 against Tucker Perry on the season this year.
Take a look at the lineup that they will send against Perry this evening. It starts with the Doctor, David Meadows at the top in center field. Eric Jones Jr. and Michael Deeb will both be due to swing it here in the first as well. And Dan Oberst, Dakota McFadden, Jackson Olsen, Ryan Cox, Bill Leroy, Danny Hosley, and Vinny DeRubius rounding it out.
Yeah, it's a great order for the Bananas. You got Vinny getting in the game instead of the usual Dalton Malden, Matt Wolf, or Noah Bridges, and you just love seeing Vinny get the start for the Bananas tonight.
The Bananas just need one run to win this first inning. As DR takes that bouncer in the dirt, only scuttles a few feet away from Mike Vivacis. So the Doctor, who has stolen first base twice on the tour, 2 for 2 in his attempts, will not attempt a third there. Wisely waits for a 1-0 offering. That one bounced foul. Meadows out of Vidalia, Georgia. 5 years of college ball, finished up at Columbus State for the last 3. And made his Banana Land debut. Won a CPL championship last summer. An integral midseason pickup for Tyler Gillum and company. And ahead 2-1. Perry, primarily a two-pitch pitcher, fastball and slider. And they both move an immense amount. Fastball has a two-seam sinking type action. You saw it fouled off just there. Perry was the man who faced Jocelyn Allo in Oklahoma City and struck her out on a 3-2 sinker. And he nails the Doctor here. Takes him out by the heels. DR a little woozy, stumbling towards first base, and he's going to make himself woozier. A little dizzy bat to celebrate getting plunked. And now a hard 90 as he takes another dive into the grass and finally makes it safely to the bag. 5th time David Meadows has been hit by a pitch on the tour.
Yeah, and he was hit twice in the month of June, now already plunked here in July. It's quite the pace that DR Meadows has started to go on since moving into that leadoff spot for the Bananas.
Always a dangerous man on the base paths, 23 for 29 in stolen base attempts. 3rd most steals on the tour, behind only Dan Oberst and Malachi Mitchell. He looked like he was going there. Good move by Perry, and the Doctor's back safely. Jason Swan takes his time. And Perry with the ball again, setting his sights on Eric Jones Jr., the tour leader in homers with 9. More minor leaguer with the Seattle Mariners and Minnesota Twins, as Meadows in easily ahead of the one-hopper for Mike Vivacis. There's his 24th steal.
And just another excellent jump from David Meadows. Now he has 5 straight games with a stolen base. He's recorded 7 now in that span.
Thought about trying to grab 3rd there. A little bit of a running start. Instead of 2-0 count on one of those most dangerous men in Banana Land. It's actually 3-0 in the stadium. I disagree with that, but it doesn't matter. That one popped up and into the glove of Chase Acuff.
D.
So with one down, the man in his third World Tour, Michael Vitamin D, will take his hacks. Hitting .331, .399 on base percentage. His 32 RBIs are 6th best on the tour. DR taking off for third. Throw from Vava, not in time. Meadows stole that one on Perry. He's taken second and third base. It's his 25th steal of the tour.
Yeah, and now you talk about that 5-game stolen base streak. DR Meadows has multi-stolen bases in 3 of those 5 games. You talk about a guy who likes being in the leadoff spot. DR has talked about just enjoying that time and the fact that it's given him more of an ability to run and really factor on the base paths.
Randy Voss gives Perry a little extra off the outside corner there. Great frame by Vava. This one popped up to the left side. Acuff calls off Bloomer, makes the snag. And that is a huge second out for the Sidewinder.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Now batting number 19, Dan Oberst.
And it's up to Dan Oberst in his 5th campaign with the Nanners. 2nd as a pro. They had 3 collegiately before that. 2021 Gulf South Conference Player of the Year when he was at the University of West Georgia. Putting up video game numbers. Take a look at the Baseball Reference. It's eye-popping stuff. And he's pacing the Nanners with his .360 batting average. 3rd best on the tour behind Hampton and Bloomer. And he's the only Nanner north of 1,000 in OPS.
And you'd like to think this is a very advantageous situation for Dan Oberst. 10 runs batted in his last 10 games. The only problem with that, he's facing Tucker Perry, arguably the guy he has had the least amount of success against here on the tour.
Perry doesn't get the call on the inside corner there. Count 1-1. Slow chopper going to be a tough play. Bloomer attacks across the diamond. In time, Perry works himself out of the jam. Inning-winning run stranded at third. And we're scoreless after an inning. Let's take a look at why Cowboy Kyle Lewigs is up in the booth with us to watch his Showman of the Night presentation from an evening ago.
And I tell you what, Kyle Lewigs dancing in the booth even more than the Kyle you're seeing on our screen. We'll start here in the 1st inning. How about Reese Hampton hitting one right back to Kyle and making a nice play? Now look at this. Kyle getting the clap going. Chase Acuff up at the plate. Oh, that's strike 3. Caught him looking, and look at that. The Dirty Dancing special with Kyle and Bill. What's this? Kyle, you getting into the player dance a little bit? Oh, nice warm-up pitch there, man. And that's not all the dancing you wanted to do. Getting in on a little 3-2-2. Little clap there. I think we're going to get another clap of the glove. That's right, 2 of them. Doing the little 3-2-2 up here in the booth, too. And getting one hit right back to him. Kyle going down on one knee. He's not proposing to Dan. He's just flipping that ball and making the out. Now, here up against Bryson Bloomer. See ya! Got him down swinging. Another great pitch there from Kyle. More boogieing from the Cowboy. Chase Acuff, he's a strikeout victim once again. And here is Reese Hampton. 2 on and 2 outs in the 5th. Kyle in a little bit of a jam. Oh, man, talk about painting the black. Kyle Lewigs' day would end there. And look at this, the Cowboy King Kyle. And we're bringing back a little crow action. Is that what I'm seeing? The Kyle Crow Hop could make a comeback. This is beautiful stuff from Karen Savannah Alaniz.
I don't even know what to say. I thought it was hot in this booth before we started that, but boy, am I sweating. I never imagined myself as a banana, let alone an eagle, shouting about to the last fan mail we got from the last time I was up here. But goodness gracious, I'm just happy to be up here with you guys and us playing some banana ball. And anytime I can win a Showman, I'm happy.
Boy, that's a rarity. Danny Hosley boots a routine ground ball, and Tanner Thomas the recipient.
Now here's a scoring conundrum I've got. Nico, we can talk about this very quick. To me, it looks like Danny Hosley setting up very much in a position for a trick play. I think I'm going to call this a trick play missed on Danny Hosley. Believe it or not, that is Hosley's first trick play missed all season.
It's almost more heartbreaking than the error we could have given him. He's now 17 for 18.
That was the trivia question I got right not too many nights ago.
Correct.
Not anymore.
Right. Nice front door bender from Dearman. Gets the bottom of the zone. 0-2 count on Mike Vivacis, the Party Animals catcher and head coach. In his third tour with the boys in black and pink. Simultaneously, one of the most menacing men I've ever seen in my life, and as nice a person as I've ever been lucky enough to get to converse with. Just a cuddly little bear underneath that mustache and coiled muscles.
About as gentle of a giant as you can come by. A cookie monster, some would say. Guy loves his sweets.
I mean, did you see the lower third there, man?
No, I didn't.
Most cookies eaten on tour.
Oh, no doubt. No freaking doubt. He keeps Crumble Cookie in business.
Jesse Cole would have a problem with you giving that to Mike Vivacis. Puts away cookies at an insane pace. Great attempt at an over-the-shoulder diving catch by Eric Jones Jr. Just comes up a hair short.
Mike Vivacis puts down cookies like Joey Chestnut puts down hot dogs. We were watching some of his highlights from his earlier years as we get ready in 2 days to watch greatness happen and him swallow all those hot dogs. But I would put him right up there with him.
Little preview of the hot dog contest that the three of us and Mike Vivacis will be having tomorrow on the broadcast.
I did hear about that, and I don't know if I love my odds. I'm a slow eater. You're a slow eater. I don't know how Michael eats, but I'm assuming it might be a little faster than us.
I would agree. That is ball 4 after a very close pitch around the bottom of the knees is called a ball. Racing around third and coming around to score is Tanner Thomas all the way from first base. And the Party Animals strike first here in Akron.
Yeah, that ball got away from Bill Leroy on ball 4. And how about this? What a great wave by Sam Claycamp, the third base coach this inning, giving Tanner the wave, knowing that he could score easily. And Mike Vivacis also able to get in at second base due to that ball getting away from the Bananas catcher.
Vava hip thrusting on second while his boys rip off a sweet choreographed dance around home plate. It's an unearned run on Dearman as Tanner Thomas only reached because of the trick play missed by Haas. Now Vava sits in scoring position, still no outs. To the 6, check that, 7 hole in the lineup we go. Breland Almadova takes a heater. Boy, Randy Voss clearly wants those things at the top of the knees. There's been a few right around the bottom. He has not called a strike.
Yeah, I do like the rotating crew that we've got. We see Vincent over there at first base tonight. I think it just keeps everything fresh, and you know, it's more like the model that pretty much everybody else follows, and I think it allows people to stay fresh and the zone to stay pretty consistent.
The Stylin Hawaiian in his second tour with the Party Animals. The pride of Honolulu, Hawaii, ready for a 3-1 offering from Dearman, who's got to bear down here.
Yeah, and you can see Dearman going behind the mound, getting a little dirt on his hands. He might be dealing with not only the problems of gripping the banana ball normally, but also the rain and little precipitation.
Heater misses inside. Almadova will slam the brakes and stay at first as Vivacis scores. And 2 runs now in the top of the second for the Party Animals. 3 sprints on the evening already given up by Christian Dearman.
And that's really been Christian Dearman's big bugaboo this season, is just control. He's hit the most batters of any player on tour, and he's also pretty up there in terms of his sprints as well.
Chase Acuff coming up to the dish. What's that dance called?
The chicken dance, I believe, Biko.
Could it be that simple?
I think it is.
I was thinking of like the little chicken, fried chicken.
And it's your turn to do the chicken dancing.
I think it's just the chicken
I think
dance.
it's the chicken dance. I feel pretty good about it. I didn't know that Chase was such a big fan. I think that might have been a fan-picked walkout, but I mean, nonetheless, it gets people going, you know?
Thank goodness we have you in the booth, Kyle, or else we would be lost. Wow, Bill Leroy almost sends that one into the outfield. Hosley with an athletic play to grab it as the Stylin Hawaiian Now 10 for 11 in his stolen base attempts on the tour.
And this is the Party Animals once again playing aggressive. They know Dearman really struggling with his control. They want to get that runner into scoring position because, like you see here, Dearman allows another sprint. It's going to bring another run across the plate for the Party Animals in this inning.
Ugly top of the second thus far. A trick play missed and three straight sprints. Say that 5 times fast. Acuff only grabs 1 bag on it. Good defense by the Nanners. Breland spending, check that. Dearman spending a lot of time with the rosin bag. When you've pitched in such a soupy environment, Kyle, what are the methods to try and get a grip on this ball?
I've found the combination of actually a little bit of sweat and rosin will go a long way. Get your hand kind of a sticky sensation. I don't think I could get any more clammy than I was in the romper game there in Savannah. It was like I was wearing a giant diaper.
That ball rocketed out to right center by Jason Swan, and it's one hop up against the wall. Acuff scores easily from first. Swanee digging for 3, and he's got a head-first dive on his second triple of the tour. 4 runs now in the top of the second for the Party Animals. That one 98 miles an hour off the bat.
Yeah, what a huge rip off the bat of Jason Swan. It's been a while since we've seen an extra base hit from him, but he splits that right center gap where you can see the wall dimensions sort of create a crevice out there, and Swanee getting aggressive, turning on the Jets, and getting into third base for the Party Animals.
Good bender to start the at-bat here for Dustin Baber as he sends pretty much the same pitch. High into left center. DR Meadows is there, and Swanee will not test the arm. We've seen some amazing throws from the doctor so far on the tour. Pretty amazing how productive a converted infielder has been out there in center field. You feel pretty good with him out there, huh, Kyle?
Yeah, about as good as they come. I mean, if he's back flipping, front flipping, turning completely around his body and just Willie Mays catching it, he's a real knack for it out there, and he almost runs like a deer when he's running after a ball. It's pretty impressive to watch.
Masterful backhanded grab there by Bill Leroy. Reese Hampton broke his bat. That one off the end of it, and he shatters it on his knee. Danny Hosley with the leaping catch.
I think Danny just jumped twice in midair. Either that or I'm seeing stuff. I feel like my contacts are pretty new, so I shouldn't be, seeing too many things, but
looked like a double jump to me.
He just jumped twice. I didn't even know you could do that.
Unbelievable stuff. Not only the double jump, but just the timing on that, huh, Kyle?
It's really good.
First offering behind the keister of Dalton Cornett. Bill goes through the legs. Quick 2-0 count as that one's low. Hampton, by the way, worked a sprint his first time. DC3 flew out to center. And this time pops it to the right side of the infield. Once again, Mr. Hosley will do the job. But the Party Animals score 4 runs, 3 of them earned. On 3 sprints, a trick play missed, and a triple. Nanners will need 4 to tie the second inning, 5 to win it.
We're going to finish that song lyric. Let's make it a competition again. You may have got the one earlier, but not now.
It is crowd sing-off time here in Canal Park in Akron, Ohio. Kyle, you ready to have a little sing-along, buddy?
I thought about trying out for American Idol one time, so I feel really good. I feel like we can harmonize really well as a group. I think we've got just about all the pitches that you need to hit to make any song sound great. Let's do it.
Wow, this is actually a pretty tough one here.
Yeah, I don't. Sing with us, sing for the years, sing for the years, sing for the tears, sing with it just for today, maybe tomorrow they come on, take away. How did we not win that one?
I don't know. Jesse won that one.
Do you think we can win one up here?
We'll see.
How do we throw our hat in that ring?
I don't know. I mean, we got Shark right there. We can maybe pull some strings there. Okay. You ready, Josh? Josh, you ready? Body right.
Keep it going.
Bananas are back. All right. Oh. I was singing a remix from 2018.
I like that.
First ever music video that we shot for the Bananas myself. That wasn't a good show that we did right there. We got to pick it up right here.
Okay.
We need to be the third party on the Jumbotron. That's what I've determined.
Lock it in, Josh.
No, if you don't go, you never shine if you don't glow.
Bring it home, boys.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
Get your game on. Go play. Hey now, you're an rock star. Get your show on. Get paid. All that glitters is gone. Only shooting stars break the mold.
Yes. And we once again got no consideration from Sharp. Despicable. Niners have their work cut out for them here in the bottom of the second. It's 5-6-7 due to swing it. They need 4 runs to tie the inning, 5 to win it. Kurt Kessler and company fired up. The folks down the right field line were victorious. 2-1 count on Dakota McFadden.
As the Bananas have some work to do here in the bottom of the second. I regret to say that I didn't bring up the item that I wanted to bring up here, but I'm going to tell the story regardless.
Beautiful.
I ran into a fan during the gates opening and the march and stuff like that.
Right.
And she approached me and she said, "Hello, do you remember me?" And I kindly responded, "No."
Right.
I don't. I meet a lot of people. And
This one tapped to Dustin Baber. He goes between his legs, bounces it to first. 44th trick play on the tour for the Party Animals team leader. D-Max retired.
yeah, that was a cool one.
You like the creativity you get from Dustin Baber there. Not just deciding to go between the legs, but then do the traditional bounce pass over there to Jason Swan. I mean, you talk about a guy who has perfected that from the second base position. It's Dustin Baber.
Guys are upgrading.
The band walks Jackson Olsen up to the dish. Third baseman hitting .323 on the tour. And is 7th best with his .511 slugging percentage. Really impressive stuff.
Pretty good, I think.
The only guys ahead of him, Bloomer, McFadden, Oberst, Jones, Hampton Skull, the big bashers.
Yeah.
Kyle, what did you get from this fan who you did not remember?
I did not know this young lady, and
Right.
she said, "You may remember me from when you and your friends traveled the country, not the country, the world, and visited a place called Morocco,
We did do that. Oh my God.
where she was serving drinks, and she worked at, where were we at, Universal? Was that Universal?
No, that was Disney World.
Disney World.
Walt Disney World.
Epcot.
Epcot.
Right.
Yeah. We were partaking in some stuff, some celebrations of our beloved film.
This one is going to be underhand flip to Tucker Perry, covering the bag just in time.
Director of Creative Content, Yvonne Trezak, who had ran the 5K that morning.
Naturally.
And she was so happy to be here. She said that she used your tickets for tonight's game.
That's right.
She said she had a present for you, and she was not going to be able to see you. She was assuming during the game. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go up to the booth so I can give it to Biko. And it's some Buckeyes. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but
Nice.
it's some chocolate Buckeyes. But
All right.
I'll get them up there for you guys. Or they're in my locker, so you can get them whenever you want.
Appreciate that, Kyle. That's awful nice of you. That one chopped back up the middle, and it's going to be a base knock for Ryan Cox. Looks like spending about an hour in the booth during the rain delay with us paid off.
How was the rain delay for you guys?
Good old-fashioned fun time, man.
Yeah?
Can't complain. Now, Ryan Cox predicted 3 trick plays before coming into this game, but no hits. Nonetheless, great to see Coxie get a hit. He batted .407 in the month of June. And get this, Kyle, he didn't strike out a single time in that month.
Everybody had a good month of June, it sounds like. I know I did. I'm going to move my birthday to June, I think.
Yeah, a lot
Can I
of...
do that? Can I move my birthday?
You can do whatever you want, man.
Cool. Sweet. I'm going to move it to June 12th.
That one misses the outside corner for your teammate for the past 7 years, 6 of them in Banana Land, Bill Leroy.
Now, Bill's employing a little bit of a different stance this evening. He's got a bit of a leg kick you guys are seeing. I don't know if you guys are noticing it.
I am.
But he's kind of been diving onto his front side, and I think that's why he's been popping up so much weak contact. And felt like he had a good session in the cage with Gillum earlier today before things got started here today, as I literally just caused him, I think, to pop it up.
Oh my gosh, Chase Acuff had me. I thought he had no idea where it was, and it ends up in the glove of Reese Hampton in center.
I thought it was landing on the second base bag.
That makes 3 of us. We all thought that ball was landing in the infield.
But he's employing a new leg kick that he feels makes him more sturdy and a little bit better to drive into contact. So
Right, and
didn't work that time, but we'll see how it works the rest of the tour, you know?
baseball is a game of struggle.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your bananas players.
Heck of a job by Maceo, Noah Bridges, DJ the Invader, Alex Ziegler, Malachi Mitchell, Brett Helton, Jake Lealio, Sean Fluke, and Colin Ledbetter. It takes an army.
That's about as star-studded as a player dance cast as you can get out there.
Is there any way we could make it a little more powerful on the
Yeah, like
stardom
maybe
end?
add somebody to it that would it's maybe really good at dancing and has good charisma and pretty nice beard.
No, he doesn't have a beard. I was going to say Deerman.
Oh, Dearman takes that off the hip. Right on time. Hosley hustles over, but the barehanded play is not going to be in time for him. So Bloomer, after striking out his first time on 3 pitches, sends that one straight off of Dearman.
Right in. Oh, I thought I got him in the keister.
It's like the side of the rump there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Took it.
That was 76 miles an hour off the bat. Hopefully Dearman feeling okay. He doesn't seem to be affected by it at all. How about Bryson Bloomer having a really nice road trip so far? He had 3 hits yesterday. Now he has a hit already in this game.
Dearman's going to bring Hosley, Cox, and Meadows in behind him for a little 3-2-2 choreographed dance action. What's going on here? Peter up and out.
See, that's why the player dance would be pretty star-studded. Did you see that?
If you don't want to be friends today, Josh, you can just tell me. I'll gladly just talk to Vico for the rest of my time up here.
No, I'm sorry, man.
Didn't sound like you meant it.
Kyle Lewigs, I see the error in my ways, and my deepest condolences to not only you, but your entire family bloodline.
Thank you. I'll make sure you told him. You said that.
It's really big of you, Josh. Jake Skoll sends this one deep to right center, but Dior Meadows has a beat on it and makes an incredible running catch.
Here goes that deer again.
Tracks that thing down just in front of the wall, nearly 400 feet away from home plate.
I'll tell you what, DR Meadows made that play look so much easier than it actually is. To be able to catch that practically over the shoulder like that. Just an unbelievable snag from the doctor, robbing Jake Skoll of extra bases there.
Yeah, I think BTV's next investment has got to be route efficiency tracking. I would love to see how close DR can get to 100.
Like that a lot. Tanner Thomas reached on a trick play miss by Danny Hosley an inning ago. Jump started the 4-run rally. Tanner scoring the first of them as that one clings off the top deck here. Caught on a ricochet. It is not an out. Has to be caught directly from the bat straight to the ball, and there cannot be a bobble.
Speaking of that, Beaker, I'm pretty surprised that you guys don't have the window up here.
Yeah, I actually kind of feel like it has to be up. We're missing out on a possible great opportunity.
I mean, we're in a good spot. That net's just low enough.
The problem is these are the heaviest windows I've ever encountered in a broadcast booth, and my back's still feeling it from the load. Yeah, could you be a handyman?
Straight up?
Straight up, yeah, and you got to pull that thing. See how dense that puppy is? Have you ever lifted a heavier window?
No, I felt like I just picked up a car. But we're rocking. I think that's as high as it goes.
I think you're right.
I don't think it's going anywhere else.
I got mine up all by myself.
Man, that breeze is nice. Good pitch there.
One gets the bottom of the zone. Tanner Thomas caught looking, and I don't know what his complaint is here with Randy Voss. That looked like it was pretty much right down the chute.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either.
It's these two-seamers.
Yeah, that's a lot of plate there.
Inner half for sure, but a clear strike. Dearman picks up his third K of the night. Two of them have been looking on pretty much that exact same pitch. Skull was the first victim of the front door heater. Now Mike Vivacis will swing it with 2 down and Bloomer still leading off first. Vava had a 2-base sprint, run batted in, came around to score.
Now, I thought the past 2 to 3 days that we spent in Indiana were pretty incredible with, just the sheer amount of fans we had in those stadiums, let alone just the energy that they brought with them being 15,000 strong. But I don't think I've seen a group of fans stick out a rain delay as long and as hard and as passionately as these people from Ohio have.
Gonna have to take a gander at that one again from Ryan Cox. He kissed it. Looks like he may have done something funky with the glove, but was it a trick play, Josh?
Uh-oh.
In my mind, it was a trick play.
Okay.
From this vantage point, but we will look at it on the review here.
Oh, that'll play.
It's a trick play.
I like it. Glove flip up to himself. He adds the kiss for a little flair. It's his first of his prophesized 3 of the night, 84th of the tour. We'll be back with Cowboy Kyle after the family tumble. Here's the young professor.
Oh, he's taking the hat off. He's getting serious. All right, Dan, let's see what you got on your mark. Get set. Go. Oh, look at him. Somersault down. That's it. Oh, we're going to have to do better than that. All right, Lade, why don't you start working your way towards me and let's see what you got. Let's see your best tumble. Run that this way. Here we go. Let's see what you got. Hit that move. Oh, Lade. You learned that from your dad, didn't you? Oh, my goodness. We got to do better than that. Mom, I think you are a lady that looks like she knows what she's doing. Let's see what you got. Look at that. A little round off. All right, and Ellie, there's still hope for you. Let's see what you got, Ellie. Let's see if you got any moves. Uh-oh. I'm calling it here. Oh, necessary. Give it up for your winner, Ellie Gensman.
Impressive finale there to the family tumble as we have a banana ball debut on the bump for the Party Animals. Tucker Perry's evening is over. He goes 2 innings, a hit batter, a single given up, but both scoreless, and he earns the Party Animals a point. And now Zach Blankenship, the 6-foot southpaw out of Fleming Island, Florida, first grade classmate of Tanner Thomas. His right fielder tonight will come on in, and you see what he did this summer in the Frontier League, thrown for the Gateway Grizzlies.
I mean, it's a beautiful reunion, just knowing that Tanner and Zach Blankenship back together for the first time in many, many years. And how about this? The Party Animals happy to have another lefty coming out of the bullpen. They've been only dealing with Brandon Sherman. Now they have Zach Blankenship joining them, and his key, he's going to try and work fast in this ball game and have a great debut.
Yeah, definitely. I think we definitely loved what we saw from him way back when we had a tryout to get this tour cranking.
Back on November 19th of 2022.
That is correct. And actually what's crazy about him playing last summer for the Gateway Grizzlies is that is the one and only team from independent ball that reached out to both Bill and I that wanted us to come before we took the job in the summer of 22. Right after we were done playing. That was the only team, and they wanted both of us to come together.
I love that. Appreciate them keeping an eye on Banana Land. Danny Hosley sends this a mile high, finally comes down into the glove of Reese Hampton. And the The Nanners' second baseman is retired. Good start to Blankenship's banana ball career. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Wow, how things could change, man. That is crazy.
Right?
Bill and Kyle, Gateway Grizzlies.
Yeah. I mean, the guy that we talked to is phenomenal. It was a great conversation. I would say that we probably thought about it for a good 2 or 3 minutes.
Yes.
Before coming to the realization of, what I think was 1,000% the correct choice of what to do for a living. But yeah, it was definitely cool that the dynamic. They talked to us together on the phone. They wanted most of us to come together. They were talking to Bill coming right away and being the everyday catcher for him.
How about that? We need Rubius with a 2-1 count on him. He has to look out for fastballs, 4-seam and 2-seam, but the 2-seams are the predominant pitch there, and as you saw right there, they have some sinking action to him. He works a curveball in, a changeup, and a splitter as well. Vinny getting the start in right field for the Nanners. Fouls that one out of the stadium.
Now, do we have a man on the on top of the roof tonight up there after my time in the booth?
That's a secret operation you'd want to be working on.
I might get up there.
2-2 to the pride of Trumbull, Connecticut, and the count runs full. Vinny hitting .241, a .333 on base percentage. Finished up last spring at Lander University, where he was a standout man and cuts and misses a mighty hack as Vinny comes up empty on the payoff.
Nonetheless, really good at bat from Vinny there. I've liked, anytime that he's cracked the lineup or gotten to impact the game in a way that wasn't from the sidelines, it's been nothing short of great. It didn't work out there for him, but, great teammate, great player, great guy to be around.
Pierre Meadows dunks a base hit into center. He was hit by a pitch his first time. And the inning-winning run is aboard with 2 outs. Eric Jones coming up to the dish.
And what a nice start to the night for the Doctor. Not only the hit by pitch, 2 stolen bases, a nice catch in center field. Now he gets hit number 50 on his season.
That one on a hop, Chase Acuff. Handles it well, throws across the diamond in time. And a great first inning of work on the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour for Zach Blankenship, no doubt about it. We're back with Kyle in the booth after a magic trick from Jake the Magician. What do you got going on down there, Jake?
Our command, and that's why I have an empty paper bag with me here. And the reason it's empty is because a fan is going to tell me what is going in it. I am here with Cecily. Cecily, do you have a favorite beverage? It's Coca-Cola. It's Coca-Cola. Biko, the lady wants a Coke. We are giving her a Coke. Biko, there it is. Go ahead, Cecily, reach in there. Pull it out, show that to everybody. That is a glass of Coke. Cecily, take a sip. Will you confirm for us, is that real Coca-Cola? Yes. Yes, it is! Biko, that's the magic of Banana Land, where the fans' wish is our command. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Jake. My mind is boggled once again. I can't begin to imagine where that Coca-Cola came from. And in a glass bottle or a glass at that.
I can't talk right now. Me and Joe are having a staring contest.
Okay, I'm watching you. Oh, there it goes.
That means I won, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
I won.
Congratulations to Kyle Lewigs. Sorry, Joe Lytle. Zach Phillips on the bump. This is his 3rd appearance of the tour, and you can see across 2 2/3 innings, he has been superb.
Yeah, I mean, the MPIs are what stand out. Zach Phillips working very quickly. It's just a shame he wasn't able to complete his last inning pitch. He's only pitched 2 1/3. He was robbed of what was going to be another quick MPI out there on the mound. And man, you talk about a guy who, as soon as he gets the ball back, is already in his windup ready to throw a pitch. You're going to be just amazed at what he can do out there on the mound.
Kyle, how impressed have you been from Zach Phillips, a guy in his first outing out there? It was pure banana ball style from the jump.
Yeah, it was incredible, and thank God he was quick because we were running the pacer test
right.
That whole first inning he was out there. So he wasn't out there for a while, and I was glad that I didn't have to run for a while. But he's been superb. He's another great arm to add to our bullpen. Anytime we get a lefty, we're very happy. but definitely really happy with everything that he works with. And not sure where that one missed.
Randy Voss is going to say it was high. Quick 2-0 count on Breland Almodovar, the donut hitter tonight. If he strikes out, full capacity crowd, all 8,000 plus of them here in Akron, Ohio, will get free donuts courtesy of Dunkin' Donuts.
I had a couple earlier in the locker room, and they were phenomenal.
Who doesn't love a donut?
I was eating like a king in there earlier. Sandwiches, popcorn, donuts, coffee. This place is rocking.
And that one popped into shallow center. The doctor will take care of it. Adventurous path to the ball, but he got the job done.
I don't think that route efficiency was close to 100.
That's what I was about to say. Don't know if the wind started blowing or what, but how about this? Zach Phillips tried to quick pitch Breland Almodovar, and credit Breland, just able to get some bat on ball and sky that one out to DR Meadows in center.
This one popped in the infield. Phillips makes the call and goes behind his back to make the catch. Stupendous trick play from Zach Phillips.
Are you kidding me? Zach Phillips, he's going to get Bill Leroy the chest bump. You talk about some creativity, especially coming off the mound, having to field your own position like that, and just the pure confidence to know you can make that catch. In only his third banana ball game, he's got a trick play.
And that's as good as they come from the pitcher's mound. Still has a ways to go to catch up with our tour leader in trick plays for pitchers, Cowboy Kyle Lewigs.
Yeah, I haven't pulled one of those out yet. I can tell you I've practiced them a couple times, but I mean, those home runs in an elevator shaft are hard to get the glove on, let alone try to go behind the bag.
You've been doing a great job on what you can. You're 6 for 6 on the tour.
I mean, I've been getting my fair share of ground balls back at me, I feel like.
Yeah, how do you keep doing that, Kyle? I've got to ask you.
Try and hit the sweet part of the bat with the ball and then react like a cat.
Phillips drops all the way down to sidearm there, something he told us he will do time to time. Good ricochet for Bill Leroy. Jason Swan does not try to steal first.
Did you guys see Swan's pecs during that weigh-in today?
Or moving like jackhammers.
Terry Crews-esque, I would say.
He's been in the gym with Reggie.
Man. Goodness.
2-2. That one's fouled off and could make a play on it. They say it's caught. Vincent Chapman disagrees. Phillips throws 4-seam, 2-seam, and cut fastballs, works a curveball and changeup as well. He was a 27th round draft pick by the Kansas City Royals back in 2019. Spent 4 years in the organization. Count now full on Swanee, the Jacksonville native. Payoff pitch. A little hesitation, and the heater is high. Swan had an RBI triple his first time. Ended up stranded on third base. He'll take one base on the sprint.
I can't think right now. All I can smell is popcorn.
It's the first sprint given up in Zach Phillips' banana ball career. And Baber gives the fans another opportunity here. Once again, it's not caught. And boos raining down from the Akron faithful. Swanee 7 for 7 in his stolen base attempts. Doesn't run very often, but he's nothing but successful when he does.
Because this is a game I was pretty excited for. I think both sides, definitely the Bananas and the Party Animals, are going to be employing quite a bit of arms as we're in our third game on this 4-game tour stint, and kind of trying to work some things out.
Out of the ballpark.
Nobody on the roof. But just a lot of different people, getting in, trying to fill their roles and pass the ball to the next guy. I know that I'm pretty excited to watch Nolan Daniel hopefully get back on the mound tonight after I haven't seen him pitch in 2 years? A year? I think a year.
Less than a year.
Less than a year. Feels like ages.
Payoff pitch, bounce to second. Danny Hosley will flip it to Ryan Cox, just ahead of the incoming slide from Jason Swan. And another productive inning for Zach Phillips, if not as quick as the first couple that he's thrown. Still gets out of it in under 5 minutes and keeps the Party Animals off the board. Take another look at the close play at second. Cox just beats him there. That was tight.
Yeah, I don't think Ryan Cox thought that Danny Hosley was going to be going to the second base bag there, but give him credit, did a nice job there at the end, rushing over to make sure that final out was made.
Hey, baby time. Here in the rubber capital of the world. Kyle, as over 8,000 of our best friends, hey baby, here with Jackson Olsen and company. What does it mean to you to now be tied with Breland, the Stylin Hawaiian Almodovar, and Danny, the Shohei Ohtani of Banana Land Hosley, with 5 Showman of the Night awards now? The 3 of you guys are at the top of the pile there.
You know, I couldn't be happier. It means I'm definitely doing something right. I think Breland's one of the most entertaining baseball players I've ever seen, if not in the world. And you know, Danny just does everything right on the field, whether it's hitting, pitching, or playing defense. So, you know, just to be a pitcher by myself and to be in that argument and that conversation is something really cool. And I'll probably tell my kids about one day.
Something that many a college roommate has said to their pal after they've gotten a girlfriend a couple months in. What's changed, man? How the heck have you turned things around? Your June was incredible, and then you kept it going with an incredible 5-inning, 1 earned run, 4 strikeout start last night.
You know, it's just it's trying to figure things out. You know, you're going to keep seeing the same guys in the lineup, kind of trying to attack them different ways or ways that they haven't seen. You know, whether they've seen you for 1 inning or 100. You know, just trying to stick true to what you got. I've figured out a couple things with my mechanics that I feel really good about. I have a great support system in you and Josh that continuously believe that I'm the best pitcher in the world. And, you know, I've had some good meals with you guys, whether it was a bagel or anything else we've done together. And, you know, good conversation, good food. There's a lot of things that lead into, you know, good outings, but I would say those are definitely 2 on the top of my brain.
You mark my words. We're back down in Savannah. We'll get a bagel.
Gosh darn it, we're going to get that bagel.
We're going to get a bagel.
We are.
I want it to be my treat for how well you've been doing.
It means the world to me, Josh.
Beautiful first offering to Michael Deeb from Zach Blankenship out for a 2nd inning of work. He is 3-4-5 in the Nanners lineup. Deeb lines that one into right. Base knock. The pride of Davie, Florida continues to be red hot as of late. 1 for 2 on the night now.
And I was thinking about pulling my yard card on somebody else that I had a conversation with before the game, but I can't pass it up on the lefty-righty matchup because Dan sees lefties so good. Yard card.
Good first offering there from Blankenship.
Got it. I think he called a ball.
It's kind of baffling. Where did that miss? Outside, I guess Randy Voss may argue. Blankenship spent a couple years at St. John's River State College in Palatka, Florida. And then transferred to Valdosta State, where he spent his final 3 campaigns. Malachi Mitchell pinch running, and that one past the dive of Dustin Baber. Flash the Kid wipes out on second base and has to retreat back to the bag. Back-to-back singles to start the 4th for the Nanners. That was 105 miles per hour off the bat of Dan Oberst.
Wasn't a yard card, but that was a bullet off the bat of Dan Oberst. And man, it hurts for the Bananas to see Malachi Mitchell still on second base. Again, off on the pitch and kind of slipped. I don't know if it was over the second base bag or the fact that even Dustin Baber, Chase Acup kind of tangled up around Malachi Mitchell. But now it's up to Dakota McFadden to see if he can get the Bananas on the board with their first point of the game.
Yard card, Dakota McFadden. And he pops it up.
Oh, the broadcaster jinx.
Swanee makes the call on the catch.
And yeah, going back to Dan's ball, I don't know if it was 105 or 37 miles an hour after that. I mean, Blankenship almost got to it with his glove behind his back, and Acuff and Baber almost got it up the middle. Looks like Jackson's doing a live in-crowd food review. What was he eating?
I don't know. I couldn't hear one word he said.
I think it might have been a glizzy.
I figured he'd be eating some chili.
Chili.
We are in Ohio, after all, you know, famous for Skyline chili.
That is correct.
I thought that was only Cincinnati. I didn't realize that was statewide.
There's something about Buckeyes, I believe.
Yeah, that's a nut, and it's poisonous.
No, I'm talking about the candy.
And it is not caught by fans. Jackson Olsen still has life. I just learned Randy Voss is a lefty.
Yeah, I knew that. You wouldn't figure the way that he throws. I thought he was right-handed and just messing around. But apparently he is.
It's good stuff. Foul tip there for Olsen. This is a tough matchup here, lefty on lefty. Blankenship was in the USPBL a year ago with the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. They won the league. He was a teammate of Dakota McFadden, who he just got to pop out. That one gets the low outside corner.
That's a good pitch there.
Olsen down looking. Second strikeout of the outing for Blankenship.
Yeah, that's just great location there from Zach Blankenship. It's a pitch a little too close to take if you're Jackson Olsen, but you kind of understand it, facing a tough lefty. And, I mean, think about it. Again, Zach Blankenship, only the second lefty in the Party Animals pen. Jackson Olsen, Michael Deeb, those left-handed guys for the Bananas, they're not seeing a lot of lefties on this year's tour.
Neither has Ryan Cox. He singled off Tucker Perry his first time. Now ahead 2 balls and no strikes. And Blankenship, who goes by Bam or Bam Bam.
I like that.
2 bad ones away from gifting the Bananas their first point of the night. That one right down Broadway. Catches the top of the zone. Blankenship also played against Colin Ledbetter, Tanner Thomas, and Christian Dearman in the USPBL last summer. Also played against Dearman in his JUCO days when Christian was at Tallahassee Community College. Same goes to Tanner Thomas.
How about that?
And he played with Christian Dearman in the Valley League for the Waynesboro Generals.
How about that?
A lot of connections for Blankenship to Banana Land.
Yeah, I was a fellow Valley League man, but mine was in 2017.
After your freshman year, did Ryan Cox go? Randy Voss says yes. Doesn't even ask for help from Reggie Liggins. And that is 3 strikeouts now for Blankenship, who gives up 2 singles to lead off the inning and gets to walk off with his walking stick, holding his glove, Connor McGregoring 2 scoreless frames.
And wouldn't you believe this? That Ryan Cox strikeout, his first strikeout against the Party Animals since March 16th in Sugar Land, Texas.
Goodness gracious.
It was a long time ago.
I don't even remember Texas.
We go to the 5th inning. Cowboy Kyle, you've been so gracious with your time tonight. I know you've got another busy evening ahead of you. Thank you so much for hanging out in the booth with us.
It's been a blast. Thank you guys so much for having me. I can't wait to see you guys after the game. And Biko, don't forget to get those that sweet treat from me in my locker.
Thank you so much, Mr. Luigs. There goes Cowboy Kyle. We'll throw it down to Jesse Cole for a blindfolded obstacle race. As good a blindfolded obstacle race as you'll ever see. Good work by the Banana Band. Coming in as the impromptu obstacles, and then of course disappearing like vapor in the night. Zach Phillips out for his second inning of work. He is the top of the order for the Party Animals. Hampton, Cornett, and Bloomer due to swing it here in the top of the 5th inning. Still over an hour and a minute on our 2-hour timer. Vincent Chapman calls time from the first baseline. He's going to come check out Zach Phillips, see if he's got anything illegal on him. Now he's going to take a look at the glove. Oh! And now he has lost control, throws Phillips' glove away, and breaks it down on the mound. Great to see what Vincent does best, even when he isn't behind the plate.
He looks just as good out there on the pitcher's mound as he does at home plate. I mean, just when you think there might be some trouble with some sticky stuff, rest assured it's just Vincent getting that tuchus shake. Shaking the tuchus.
Yeah, extra
shooketh
there.
I am shooketh from that dance.
Understandable. We'll need a few moments to compose ourselves in the booth. I'm sure you get it at home. That ball blasted out to left center from Reese Hampton. It is long gone. Reese Lightning strikes in Akron, Ohio. His 9th home run of the tour. He ties Eric Jones for this season high.
That is one big blast from Reese Hampton, and that's not the first right-handed home run we've seen from him this season. That is actually his 3rd on the year. It doesn't matter who he's facing. Reese Hampton has a lot of power from both sides of the plate for those Party Animals.
The Party Animals will waddle off the field after they wobble in celebration. And you get another look at the thunderous crack of the bat there from Hampton. Sails over the left center field wall, which is about 376 feet away from home plate where he got it over. Nice backhanded stab from Zach Phillips. Will take care of Dalton Cornett. Hampton has 3 of the last 4 home runs we have seen hit here in Banana Land.
And when you consider the last 2 home runs he's hit, both of which have come on this road trip, both of them have also come in the 5th inning.
How about that? One from the left side, now one from the right. Ryan Cox between his legs, laser beam across the diamond to get Bryson Bloomer, who's now 1 for 3 on the night. And Cox, he has his 2nd trick play of the evening, 85th of the tour. He's 2/3 of the way there, Josh. Predicted he would get 3 during the rain delay Josh and Biko podcast. And I like his chances of reaching it. That one lined back where it came from. Jake Skoll has his first hit of the night. He's 1 for 3. And aboard with 2 away.
Yeah, and Jake Skoll's gotten some big hits in this series for the Party Animals. It's just nice to see a guy who, after being very quiet in Birmingham, get multiple hits on this road trip and really start to look like his old self. Not just singles, but the extra base hits and, of course, the sprints.
Man who spent 5 years in the Rangers organization, 2 with the Yankees, gets the base knock against the guy who just came off 4 years in the Kansas City Royals minor league system. Eric Jones, like a receiver on the sideline, kept his feet in and pulled that hopper back, but Vincent Chapman and Randy Voss say it was a foul ball.
That was a nice toe tap there from Eric Jones.
Like Randy Moss. Well, gets the outside corner. 0-2 count on Tanner Thomas. Remember, Tanner scored the first run of the ball game. Trick play missed by Danny Hosley. That one foul tipped by Tanner. So Skoll, who was running for the 2nd pitch of the at-bat, once again has to retreat back to first. Thomas 0 for 2 on the night. One rolled to Hosley. Make the play at first. But the Party Animals strike on the solo home run off the bat of Reese Hampton. And in a game they lead 1-0. If they keep the Bananas off the board here in the bottom of the 5th, they will double that lead. Welcome up into the broadcast booth right after you get a gander once again at the Hampton Homers here. Or Hampton Homer singular, rather. Big celebration from the boys. Here we are. We have some silly bananas from Albanese. These are a shout out to Savannah Fettig, who got these for us. You've tried before the air, right? You know what you're getting into?
A little bit, I do. Now what I'm here to determine, because I've been eating multiple at a time and not discriminating by color at all, I've got to see if they've got any kind of different flavor from the blue to the purple to the pink here.
No, they do not. I've tried every color. They're very sweet. I will say nice banana flavor to them. They also kind of taste like a classic bubble gum.
That's very much the essence that I'm getting as well. These are terrific, though. I'm really liking these. I mean, this is just good old-fashioned, like, drugstore candy.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Savannah, thank you so much. Also gave us a Charleston Chew, but it says try frozen, so I'm going to freeze that before we open it up. We also have a box full of cookies as Bill Leroy introduces himself up to home plate with the rest of his teammates all clapping in unison behind him. Trying to pick out, Josh has gotten himself a nice little cookie. We'll visit them later on tonight. We've got more action in the booth coming. Jake Lialios, the new man on the mound for the Party Animals. That puts an end to Zach Blankenship's banana ball debut, which was a mighty successful one. Goes 2 innings of relief. Does not give up a run. 3 hits and strikes out 3. No sprints allowed.
Yeah, I mean, a really good debut for Zach Blankenship. He's also going to be happy he earns a point for his efforts out there on the mound.
That one misses the top of the zone with the 12-6 curve. Lialios out of Tucson, Arizona, and Pomona College out in Claremont, California. Heater now misses a hair down, count runs full. Those are his 2 primary pitches, fastballs and curveballs, so working a couple cutters. Bill Leroy popped out to shallow center his first time. Sends that one out of the stadium, uncatchable by fans. 8, 9, 10, bottom of the order here for the Nanners. They need 1 run to tie the inning, 2 runs to win it. They already trail 1-0 as they lost the second inning 4 runs to zip. Bill gets the hands in, diving stop, Chase Acuff to his feet, 1 hopper across the diamond in time. No! That ball was juggled at first by Jason Swan, so Bill will be aboard on the infield single.
That's a good piece of hitting by Bill Leroy, able to turn on that pitch and still hit it that hard and that deep out to the shortstop position. Man, Chase Acuff made a great play, but the throw in the dirt, a little difficult for Jason Swan to handle. And that's a big hit for Bill Leroy. Had kind of a slow June, and good to see him finally get a little bit of good luck there.
You see the celebration from Acuff, and then exasperation on his face soon after. A 1 count on Danny Hosley. Just like Bill, who leads off first base, he flew out to center his first time. Flail and a miss, a sword for Haas. He's down 0-2. Looks like he may have thought that was going to be a 12-6 curve coming back down into the zone. It stayed up. That one all the way to the backstop. Lialios digging for first. Vivacious's throw is going to go into right field. Leroy goes first to third. Danny Hosley has his second steal of first base on the tour. And the inning tying and now winning runs are both aboard.
And this is just what makes Danny Hosley so valuable for the Bananas. No matter what, he finds a way to get on base. He batted .385 in June, but his on-base percentage, .571. How did he do this? Well, it was a combination of ball four sprints as well as steals of first base.
Excellent stop there by Mike Vivacis. The inning tying run's just 90 feet away. Danny Hosley, the potential winning run across the diamond, fakes a steal, cut and a miss on the heater, bearing in on Haas. Actually, might have fouled that one off of Randy Voss, it looks like. Just got a sliver of the ball. Party Animals have the infield in. Sure, a hard-struck ball to Baber or Acuff in the middle will turn into a double play. Hosley takes off on the pitch, then he fouls it straight back.
Yeah, and we saw Vinny with quite a few mighty cuts against Zach Blankenship in the third inning of this ball game. In this situation, just important to remember to kind of choke up on that bat, put the ball in play, and try and get the Bananas on the board and tie this game at 1 run apiece. As Danny Hosley's going to advance on a pitch in the dirt.
I think it's one of the more satisfying things you could do in Banana Ball. Steal first and then steal second. He's now 10 for 12 on the tour in his stolen base attempts. That includes steals of first. Vinny has that one crash off the banister, so he's still alive, 2-2. Get a look at Adam Virant, first base coach, holding up a get-a-hit sign. We'll see if Vinny can make it happen. He does! Right back up the middle. Bill scores. Hosley out coming home. The ball was bobbled by Hampton. Vinny DeRubius has his second walk-off of the tour. 2-run single. And this game is tied at a point apiece.
Just when you thought the Party Animals had a lot of momentum coming into the 5th inning, it's Vinny DeRubius sparking a nice rally here at the end for the Bananas. Once again, great job shortening up the stroke there, poking it into center field, and Hampton unable to come up with that ball in center field. Hosley getting aggressive coming home, scored that game-winning point for the Bananas here in the 5th.
It was great base running by Danny Hosley, who was rounding third and taking a look back at Hampton, who has a miraculous arm out there. Single just barely evaded the diving attempt of Chase Acuff, and in a slick outfield, after rain delayed this game for nearly 2 hours, Hosley capitalizes on that ball bouncing away from Hampton. And we have a 1-1 game in the all-important points category with 5 innings in the books.
Please join the Bananas in honoring the men and women that serve this great nation.
We honor the men and women who have served this great nation, both here in attendance and watching at home. We appreciate you spending your Sunday night in Banana Land. As the clock strikes 10 p.m. here in the Eastern Time Zone. Still nearly 48 minutes on our clock and 4 innings to play. First ever Banana Ball game from Tire City. 18th stop here of the 2023 tour. And the 25th city ever to see Banana Ball live. And boy, has Akron brought the energy. Reminiscent of Night 2 in Tampa, in George M. Steinbrenner Field, when it just absolutely downpoured on the fans, and it doesn't look like one soul left the building.
No, you still see every seat in Canal Park filled, and man, these fans were loud before, during, and after the rain delay. I mean, getting in on some karaoke action, all of the rain delay festivities, and man, you talk about the crowd getting into that last walk-off from the Bananas. You gotta feel, hopefully they might fuel the Bananas going forward in this ball game.
K-Club chat going wild for Vinny DeRubius. Gary, Steve, Ben, all fired up that the Italian Stallion came up with the single to win the 5th inning. He's been a lot more successful as of late, getting his opportunities sparingly, but making the best of them every time he gets penciled into the lineup.
I mean, you talk about the last 3 starts for Vinny DeRubius. How about 2 walk-offs, a triple, a trick play? You gotta love that for the guy.
And a Showman of the Night award. Vivacis fouls this one off. Eric Jones, nearing our first base camera, makes the grab. And a good start to his 3rd inning of work for Zach Phillips.
And by the way, we've got word from our resident Italian expert, Chris Sacchi, passing along a message of, let's go, Vinny. Come on, kid, hey, paisan.
Eloquent as always, Mr. Sacchi, the Italian rapscallion. Video legend of Banana Land. Breland Almodovar had a 2-base sprint, check that, a 1-base sprint, and an RBI his first time, came around to score. That was back in the 2nd. Flew out to center his last trip to the dish. Bender all the way to the backstop. Breland trying to steal first. He's going to do it. 3rd steal of first base on the tour for Mr. Almodovar. Ties Tanner Thomas, Bryson Bloomer, and Dakota McFadden for the tour high.
And he knew immediately with that ball being nowhere near the zone to take off and steal first base there. Looked like Bill Leroy might get a friendly bounce, and the way that he was positioning to get that ball, but took a little bit of a different bounce than he expected, and Breland in easily at first.
Looks like those backdoor curveballs from Zach Phillips, just not quite getting to the door. Seen a lot of guys struggle with the banana balls first few outings, especially when it comes to getting the breaking balls where they want them. Now Chase Acuff with a 1-2 count as he can't catch up to the Heat. Top outside quadrant of the zone, and once again there's the Bender that doesn't make it back. Chase had a 1-base sprint, an RBI, and a run scored his first time. Popped out into the magnificent behind-the-back grab from Zach Phillips on the mound. Like what he's doing with the rolled-up tank top, backwards hat. He's dancing on the mound. Mixing up timing, pitching fast as he bounces a curveball there, and the count runs full. Especially now that we have seen him pull off the behind-the-back grab. It feels like Zach Phillips was born for Banana Land. Yeah, and what stands out to me, of course, what stands out in terms of pitching successfully here in Banana Ball, only 1 ball 4 sprint allowed so far. That's part of the key to recording some very quick MPI marks. Chase Acuff hits a home run in cricket, well foul, and launched out of the stadium. And Phillips says this is pretty similar to how he pitched throughout his 3 years of college and 4 years of minor league baseball. The Bermuda Triangle action. Danny Hosley takes control. And 2 down. But at 2 years of junior college at Grayson Community College in Denison, Texas. And then his 1 year at Ole Miss, 4 years with the Kansas City Royals. Said he always liked to work fast, mess with timing. Do a lot of his Nestor Cortez, Johnny Cueto, Satchel Paige type shenanigans on the mound. Although I'm stole first base to reach and stole second base earlier tonight. That one is going to be a ball 4 sprint. Tag to Breland is in time. Danny Hosley thinks it's out number 3. He doesn't realize the sprint was in effect. Jackson also flips it to Ryan Cox. It now gets to the outfielders. Michael Deeb was the last man who needed to touch it. Swan has a 3-base sprint. Breland scores from first base. And confusion cost the Bananas a run here in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, you can see a lot of frustration from Michael Deeb and a couple of the Bananas infielders. They thought it was the final out of the inning, and they would not have thrown that ball away if they'd have known that there was a clear call on the sprint there. Actually, Randy Moss clearly did call it a sprint. I think the real hang-up is Reggie Liggins calling Breland Almadova out at second base, not paying attention to the fact that Randy had, in fact, called it a ball 4 sprint.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Bananas. Reggie, you saw him looking to Randy after the play and putting up 4 fingers saying, that was ball 4?
It's raining tacos. Run out of the sky.
With 2-0 count here on Dustin Baber. He's flown out and bounced into a fielder's choice. How about the night for Jason Swan? Drives in his 2nd run, 27th of the tour, has his 2nd sprint, and tripled his 1st time. That one just misses the inside corner. Boy, look good from up here. It's a 4-pitch sprint for Baber, who pumps the brakes at first. Drives in his 1st run of the night, 15th of the tour. And Party Animals have 2 runs here in the 6th inning.
You want to talk about a guy who's been showing a lot of great plate discipline, like you just said, Biko. It's Jason Swan. 4 runs batted in off the ball 4 sprint in Birmingham. He's got 2 in this series between Indy and now Akron.
Phillips had 6 through 10 in the order to start the inning. Now it turns on its head. Reese Hampton at the top. Took him deep to lead off the top of the 5th. And certainly thinks he could have done it again there. Reese 1 for 2 on the night. 2-base sprint his 1st time. Soft line out his 2nd trip. And he's unhappy with himself. He didn't pull the trigger there. Is Sam Claycamp belting it out over there, coach at third base. That one caught by a fan. Reese Hampton already back in the dugout. It's the 5th time he's popped out to a fan on this tour. Nobody has done it more. And what a way to get Phillips out of the top of the 6th.
That was a sweet grab out there down the first baseline from the fan. A big out considering Reese Hampton, one of the most dangerous hitters out there on the tour. And man, Reese Hampton, he could reach 10 foul outs to fans by the end of the tour the pace he's been on lately.
And how about that? It's a kid. Great snag. We'll throw it down to Emily Cole.
To get involved. And that nonprofit's name is Bananas Foster. Tonight, we have the honor of celebrating the Baker Bergen family. JT is a military veteran and now a local social worker. And he knew he wanted to do something to support the families in his community. So he and his wife Elizabeth got licensed to be an official foster care family last year and have already welcomed 5 children into their homes. Fans, please stand and help me recognize this amazing family who is doing things right here in your community to support
Gave up single, steal of first base, single.
Number 5, Dion the Knock Meadows.
In the 5th inning. And it does not get better here in the 6th. DR Meadows, first pitch swinging, line drive, splishing and splashing down the left field line. He will do a variation of a backflip, nails the landing, and he is now 2 for 2 on the night. And that's his 7th two-bagger of the tour.
And DR very happy about that one as well. You talk about ambushing that first pitch from Jake Lialios and pulling it down that left field line. That's the first double for DR Meadows in over a month.
Boy, has he been a luxury for the Bananas in the leadoff spot. Thought nobody could do it better than Dan Oberst, and I'm not saying he's doing it better than Dan, but he's doing a heck of an impersonation of the Nanners' best offensive weapon, who you now have the luxury of moving back into the cleanup spot.
Yeah, and it seemed to really work out for Dan Oberst, I must say.
EJ has popped out and grounded out to short, as Lialios has his guys dancing. Aber, Acuff, and Hampton in the boogie. Skoll and Thomas started in it, and then retreated back to left field and right field respectively.
Very important question to ask you right now. Can I get a Thank you.
Eric Jones Jr. represents this inning's tying run. 12-6 curve for a strike as Meadows steals third base. It's his 3rd steal of the night, 26th of the tour.
He is absolutely lethal on the base pass. You got to think, if he continues this pace, he might challenge Malachi Mitchell for that stolen base lead, as he's able to easily waltz across the plate on that wild pitch from Jake Lialios and score a run here in the inning. Now Eric Jones up at the plate. A solo home run could tie this inning at 2 runs.
It is solely a DR Meadows earned run there. Double steal of 3rd, scores on the wild pitch. Look out in the Nanners dugout. Screaming liner headed that way. And we'll do another payoff pitch from Lialios to EJ. That one cranked, diving stop, Bryson Bloomer to his feet. Cross the diamond, he robs EJ of a hit, but the throw actually pulls Jason Swan off the bag. Bloomer all smiles. Looks like we're gonna have our first challenge of the night. Party Animals want a second look at this.
Nico, looking down on the field, I'm not sure we are actually going to have a replay here, as the umpiring crew just came together and reversed the call.
We were very excited to talk to you too, Zach Frangelo. Good job by the umpiring crew. Looked like Swanee did keep the foot on the bag. Zach said it breaks his heart. Didn't get to be a part of that thing. Bouncer to Bloomer between the legs. And he retires Michael Deeb on his 23rd trick play of the tour, 2nd most on the Party Animals.
Yeah, fantastic inning defensively for Bloomer. Now you talk about that great sliding snag at 3rd and great throw across the diamond. Now getting an easy between the leg trick play in as well.
Deeb now 1 for 3. And it's going to be up to Dan Oberst, 1 for 2 on the night, a single his last at bat. Meter just misses the outside corner. Count 2-0 on the Nanners EH. Dan represents the inning tying run. His 5 home runs are 5th most on the tour, and he swings and misses at pretty similar pitch to the one that was just called ball 2. You saw him asking Randy Voss, was that off? Alios tries to go back to the well, little down and out, count 3-1. This is another guy you do not want to put on the base paths. His 26 steals are tied with DR now for 2nd most on the tour. That one gets the outside corner. Oberst took off, and now he'll be out at first base. That's an ugly side of banana ball there. To be honest, just miscommunication. Dan Oberst actually barking at Randy Voss. Furious, thought that was clearly ball 4. And the Party Animals will win the inning 2-1. They take the very same lead in the all-important points category.
That's a frustrating way to end an inning for Dan Oberst. It will not go down in the books as a strikeout here. Instead, going down in the books as him being caught stealing at first base.
It's brutal, especially for the extra hitter who gets no time in the field. So all he's doing is up there to hit, and he's not guaranteed another at-bat tonight. A little banana-lution of dance going on here as we head to the 7th inning. Cowboy Kyle Lewigs moving it and grooving it down there, and welcome up into the broadcast booth. Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. It is buzzword time. You need to click the link in the description in the video to get involved here in your chance at a free pair of Hokas. Our buzzword tonight. Drum roll, Josh. Quackrin. That is Quackrin. Quackron.
Can you use that into sentence for me, Biko?
We are currently in Quackrin, Ohio.
Okay, is this word in Merriam-Webster's dictionary?
Almost definitely not.
Okay. Country of origin on this word, do you know?
The United States of America.
Heck yeah, brother.
No doubt. And I don't know if Quackrin actually means all of Akron or if it's just inside Canal Park here.
I'd like to think of it as Canal Park. Just our special little thing we got going here.
Feels right, Josh, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tyler Gillum down on the field shouting out the young man, and I mean that, it's a kid, who caught Reese Hampton's pop fly to end the top of the 6th inning. Great snag by that young rascal. Matt the Monster Malatesta, the new man on the mound. See what he's done across 28 innings on the tour. First pitch bounces right back over him. And back up the middle, Dalton Cornett is now 1 for 4 on the night. And we'll pass the baton to Bryson Bloomer, the third baseman, 1 for 3. But before he gets to the dish, looks like a little custom walk-up going on. Gets sunglasses, a helmet, and enters stage right. Little light party at the dish for the team that yesterday was the Darty Animals, today the Party Animals.
You okay, Biko?
Yeah. I've got tears coming out of my eyes. Tried to hold in a sneeze. Tried to mute my mic. Muted Josh's.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall in this broadcast booth sometimes.
Tears streaming down my face. Okay. 1-2 count on Bryson Bloomer. Matt Malatesta, one of the 2 splitter specialists the Bananas employ, alongside Jared Donaldson. And gets Bloomer swinging on what looked like a rare slider there on 1 and 2.
Yeah, Malatesta goes with pitch he normally does not throw, but really catches Bryson Bloomer off guard. And the slider really a pitch that Bloomer, I think, has struggled with a majority of this season, especially when you consider his woes against Kyle Lewigs.
Now Jake Skoll He picks up a sword on what looked like a rare forkball for Malatesta. He'll mix that in with the splitters. Brett Helton jamming out outside the Party Animals dugout.
George Ann Neiman, not sure why or how, but we have your wallet at guest services. People here like to give everybody their money. I love it.
Cornett leads off first. 1-1 offering coming to Skoll. And the Party Animals left fielder ahead 2 balls and a strike. Single his last time. He's flown out to center and struck out looking. That one rolled over foul. I got to say, Josh, a big fan of the stirrups that Matt Malatesta has been employing as of late.
Yeah, he started wearing them actually in Rickwood Field and just has continued to roll with them as we've continued on this road trip. Just a classic look. Looks really good with the white jerseys tonight.
Pride of Brant Beach, New Jersey. Gives up a laser beam foul from the man out of Woodstock, Georgia. It was 107 miles per hour off the bat.
That's a first-round draft pick for you.
That's a fact. You don't get taken 15th overall for no reason at all. Testa goes right back after him with the heater. Count still 2-2. Great rendition of country roads here. That one all the way to the backstop, bounces back to Bill. Still no chance to get Cornett at second. A wild pitch with a capital W. And DC3 in scoring position. Payoff pitch coming here to Skoll. Cut and a foul tip into the mitt of Leroy, who grabs it and retires Skoll over at first. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Monster. And now he sets his sights on Tanner Thomas.
What a big pitch from Matt Malatesta there. He's going to the pitch that he's comfortable with, the splitter there, and gets Jake Skoll to miss. That's especially huge on a 3-2 count, where if he had missed there, it would have brought around Dalton Cornett for another run for the Party Animals.
Mr. Tinder Thomas takes the splitter down and away. 0 for 3 on the night. Reached on a trick play his first time and scored. Cornett taking off for third. That ball ripped down the right field line and yanked foul by just a foot or two. Good wood there for Mr. Tinder Thomas, just a hair early. Dalton Cornett, 6 for 9 on the tour in his stolen base attempts. Not the fastest man in Banana Land, but a savvy base runner.
He picks and chooses the right moments often for the Party Animals, and knowing that Matt Malatesta was not watching him at all, he decided to run on that pitch. That liner from Tanner looked like it was going to stay fair and drop in for an RBI double, but unfortunately just started to fade foul there at the end.
A little dog leg at the last minute. Now Tanner Thomas, 2018 and 2019 Banana, readies for a 2-2. Fouls it back. Some great battles here at the top of the Party Animals lineup in the top of the 7th inning. Another 2-2 coming from Malatesta with 2 down and Cornett leading off second base. And that one pulled to Danny Hosley. Takes his time, flipping it over to first. And Malatesta, a successful inning after giving up a leadoff single, picks up a couple strikeouts, strands Cornett at second base. And the Nanners just need 1 run to win this 7th inning. As we turn Canal Park yellow.
Everyone, let's get our flashlights.
We are so blessed to be joined by Emily Cole, owner of this here ball club, up in the broadcast booth. Em, how you living tonight?
Oh, this is great. This is the first time I've been up here. You guys got a good seat in the house.
Well, a pretty special time to be up here as well, especially as we kill the lights. And the 252nd straight sellout in Banana Land lights up the night. How wild is it to hear that number?
You know, that's not a number that we toss around all the time. For us, it's focusing on every night, because every night is some fans' first night. And so it's crazy when you say that, because I haven't heard that number in a while. So very honored and blessed to be here, blessed to be a part of it.
It's just Josh and my job to keep track of such things, you know?
Yes.
Well, we, of course, want to bring you up to the booth for a lot of reasons, but Bananas Foster is at the forefront of our minds. And the mission of Bananas Foster is to bring families together through celebrating the foster care community, educating and inspiring. And funny enough, we have a company right here in Ohio, just around the corner, that's done a whole lot of that.
Yeah, Certified Angus Beef is a group that Jesse was talking to last year before we had even launched the nonprofit. And Jesse often likes to test things when he's speaking to groups, and he likes to see their reaction and see what gets them excited. So he teased Bananas Foster, and afterwards a lot of the group came up to him and just said what a great idea it was, how inspiring it was, and how they love doing things like that in their community, and they wanted to get involved. So here we are now in Akron, and they're going to do some cool things for the local foster families with us.
And it's pretty special, and I know a big deal of that is just lifting these folks up. We saw that just a little while ago down on the field with a couple superheroes who got to be honored in front of the full capacity crowd. And then, of course, throwing together all kinds of baskets with banana swag and food and essentials, and just any way that we can bring some light to the lives of foster families and make it a little easier for them.
Absolutely. They are unsung heroes, and it's kind of a taboo topic. A lot of people in society don't really talk about foster care, but these foster families are out there every day, you know, answering the phone in the middle of the night and going out to grab clothes and diapers and foods, take care of the kids that are coming to them at all hours. And so we want to give back to them and use our platform to do some good in the world.
And speaking of that, Emily, of course, you and Jesse have become foster parents as well. You have 2 foster children, and that is part of what jump-started this whole thing. And for folks who weren't watching a couple weeks ago when, you explained the journey and why this is all happening, can you fill in Bananas Nation tonight on your journey in foster care?
Yeah, it's just something that we learned about years ago. Honestly, I've been learning about it for the last decade, and once you know about it, it's something you can't really look away from. It's something you don't want to look away from. So we were licensed over 3 years ago and have had 2 really special little girls in our home for multiple years now, and it's just opened up our eyes to a lot of things. So happy to be able to be living it and supporting other people who are doing it, and hopefully inspiring other people to get involved.
It's so fun for Mav, who has a couple buddies now, as Dustin Paper goes between the legs twice over to first, just in time to get Dakota McFadden. Fun trick play there from the Party Animals leader, his second of the night, 45th on the tour.
Yeah, you mentioned Mav. I know the kids are at home watching this and cheering. They love watching those trick plays.
That warms the heart to hear. Some of our favorite viewers in Banana Land. And future Banana Ballers,
maybe.
I believe. There's a lot of play banana ball going on at home.
There is a lot. Maverick also wants to be a part of the band, so we'll see.
Man after my own heart. I wanted to be a rock star and a baseball player. How about Jackson Olsen? Loops that one over the leap of Brayson Bloomer, and he's 1 for 3 on the night.
And in Jackson Olsen's last 2 games, he's collected hits to the opposite field. His 10th opposite field hit of the season. Really great to see the greatest showman starting to drive balls out to that part of the field and have them land for hits.
Yeah, he's been doing the majority of his work to the right side of the field. And it's been working, hitting 323. That one hit to Baber, 360 from Acuff, over to first in time. And an incredibly quick inning for Drew Gillespie, as the twin killing ends it in short order.
Unbelievable. Drew Gillespie finishing the inning in 1 minute and 18 seconds. The second fastest banana ball inning of all time.
I think that's because you were in the booth, Em.
I guess I need to come up here more. Lots of action.
Well, we'd love to keep you all night, but we know as owner of this here club, there is a whole lot of duties you have. But we really appreciate you blessing us with your presence tonight, Emily.
Well, thank you for having us and for spreading the word about Bananas Foster. We're honored to be doing it alongside you boys.
Real quick, before we go, how can people help out?
Well, bananasfoster.org is our landing page, and we're not really trying to recreate the wheel. So what we're really doing is becoming connectors and advocates. So at at that landing spot, when you get to our website, you can learn of a bunch of different ways. I mean, obviously becoming a foster family is the biggest thing, but there's lots of other ways to get involved to support foster families and other organizations that are collecting items and, of course, donating money, becoming a volunteer to support some of these kids. So there's lots of ways. We're happy to educate and share those details. If you just go to bananasfoster.org and connect with us, we're happy to get you down the right path.
You're a legend of the game, and thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
There goes Emily Cole, owner of this here team, the reason why Josh and I get to travel to 33 cities, 20 states, and broadcast 87 odd banana ball games here in 2023. And a New Yorker at that. Carl DeMasi would be proud. An exhilarating grandson, grandpa gritty race there. Photo finish. As we have less than 16 minutes on the clock and head to the top of the 8th inning, we're going to have to finish up this frame before that timer runs out, or else this is going to be the last one tonight, and every run scored will count as a point. Tell you what, Drew Gillespie did a whole lot to get us 9 innings in within the 2-hour time limit, getting through the bottom of the 7th in just 1 minute and 18 seconds, huh?
I'm still speechless. I'm still trying to get my bearings together on that one.
Like Vivacis leads it off against Connor Higgins. 6-7-8 for the Party Animals. Almodovar on deck, Acuff in the hole. Foul tipped into the middle of Leroy. And that is what 95 plus will do to you. Good old country hardball from Higgins. It was a fastball 94 to 97. He can touch 99. Works a slider and changeup in as well.
And it really feels like he has started to get impeccable control of the banana ball. Started out a little shaky on the tour, but in the month of June, averaged 4 minutes and 2 seconds on the MPIs. Just incredible marks for him.
Good night for the donut hitter, Breland. Now 1 for 2. A steal of first base, a 1-base sprint, an RBI, a run scored, a stolen base of second. Styling Hawaiian all over the place tonight. Guy who spent 4 years in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization has no problem with mid to high 90s. Sends it right back where it came from. Higgins doesn't like the weapon he was given, so he grabs a new banana ball. Chase Acuff 0 for 2 on the night. Couple pop outs, a 1-base sprint, an RBI, and a run scored. By the way, Drew Gillespie already had the 23rd fastest inning of all time. That was in his banana ball debut, throwing for the Florence Yalls against the Bananas. He threw a 1 minute and 38 second frame. Chase Acuff gives the ball a ride to right center. DR Meadows underneath it. And there's out number 2.
And what stands out about this inning from Drew Gillespie is he followed the formula for a quick inning in banana ball. A ground ball on 2 pitches. He allowed a single. Now that's a little non-traditional.
Off the beaten path.
But quickly back to the mound, 1 pitch, ground ball, double play. Only 5 pitches needed, and you have to keep the ball on the ground for fast innings in banana ball. He did that.
You're just burning time off the clock while you're waiting for it to come out of the sky on pop-ups. All about efficiency when you're trying to break the MPI record. 1 minute and 13 seconds is the quickest ever. Christian Dearman in Sugar Land, Texas. Two-one count on Jason Swan. RBI triple his first time, since then a pair of sprints. 1 base and 3 base respectively. Picked up another ribeye and has scored 1 run. Bad one from Higgins, away from getting his 3rd sprint of the night. Breland takes off on the pitch. It is inside. Almodovar has a chance to score. It's around the infield. Now to Vinny DeRubius. He can't handle it. He expected that one to go to Meadows. Instead it went to Vinny. Now it gets to DR and Deeb, and Swanee has his third RBI of the night as Breland scores for the third time.
Make it now 7 runs batted in for Jason Swan off sprints alone since Birmingham. We talk about Danny Hosley and his plate discipline, his patience at the plate. Jason Swan is really leading the charge on the other end of the spectrum for the Party Animals.
Justin Baber, the second baseman, 0 for 2 with an RBI sprint his last time. You talk about the keys to Banana Ball. It's throwing strikes, playing sound defense, maybe a little patience at the plate to try and work a sprint or two. Well, the Bananas have been playing sturdy defense tonight, but the sprints are biting them in the behind. They trail by a point in our penultimate inning here. Now a 3-1 count on Baber. That one gets the outside corner. Nasty 3-1 pitch.
Yeah, very close pitch there. Connor Higgins benefiting from that call from Randy Voss. If he'd have missed there, it would have been the 9th sprint of the ball game for the Bananas pitchers.
He gets a pop out to center. DR will make the snag. And Higgins with some choice words into his glove for the 5-year man out of the Los Angeles Angels organization only to hear. The Inners will need 1 run to tie the 8th, 2 to win it.
That is ready to rally you up and get you going all over again, just like we did at the beginning. This is called the family rally. I need everybody up on your feet, and you are going to copy the
brand new promotion here. It's the family rally. Let's throw it down to the young professor to see what's going on.
Best job. First up, we got Josie. Whatever she does, you do. Let's see what you got. Go ahead, Josie. Clap it out.
Incredibly fun new promotion. Good people of Summit City have not disappointed tonight. Loads of energy in Akron, Ohio. And as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, Nanners trail 2 points to 1. And they're behind in the 8th inning, 1 run to nothing.
Yeah, and they're going to need a little bit of that fan energy to try and mount a rally, try and either tie this inning at a run apiece or get 2 and knot this game at 2 points going into the 9th.
Bottom of the order, 8, 9, 10 as Bill Leroy with that new batting stance once again fails to get on top of the ball, sends it a mile high. Here comes Jesse Cole.
Now coming to bat, the world's tallest hitter, Dakota Bill Alfred.
A fun opportunity for Drew Gillespie, coming off the 2nd fastest inning in Banana Ball history. He now gets to face the tallest man in sports, the 10-foot 9-inch Dakota Stilts All-Britain.
It's the rematch that everybody has been looking for. Gillespie faced Stilts. Yesterday in Indianapolis in the 8th inning, what happened? Dakota Stiltz-Albritton with a single to center field and a walk-off at that off of Drew Gillespie. Now, if you want a fun statistic about Dakota Stiltz-Albritton this season, 6 hits, 4 of them have come in the 8th inning alone. He is 4 for 9 in the 8th inning and has more hits in this inning than Michael Deeb, Bill Leroy, Danny Hosley, and a couple others.
He works the sprint here. Party Animals get it around the infield quickly, and Dakota on 4 straight balls from Drew Gillespie will hustle it down the first baseline, and that is a very clutch at bat for the Bananas. I questioned the timing of putting Dakota Stiltz-Albritton up there, but he gets aboard. Representing the tying run, Noah Bridges will come in as the pinch runner, sneaks in there before Malachi Mitchell could, and immediately trying to steal second. Throw from Mike Vivacis is not handled by Dustin Baber. And Bridges now 8 for 9 on the tour and stolen base attempts.
Well, Malachi thought that he could enter into that ball game and pinch run, but here's the situation. He came in pinch running for Jackson Olsen and was taken off the base pass very quickly as Gillespie with the wild pitch will move Bridges up to third. Now the Bananas very close to tying this inning at 1 run apiece.
Vinny DeRubius at the dish. Struck out his first time. 2-run, 5th inning walk-up single in his second at-bat. And he bounces that one to Chase Acuff. Squares it up over to first. And that is an enormous second out of the frame.
We talk about perfect positioning. Chase Acuff did not move. He didn't move on that ball. It was hit right at him. And did the right thing, checked the runner possibly coming home at home, who of course decided to stay at third base and wisely threw over to first there.
Prudent decision from Noah Bridges. He would have been a dead duck at the plate. It was struck well by Vincent, and unfortunately, that's a situation where he did not want to hit a hard ground ball straight out of fielder. I guess there aren't really many when you do. But I digress. Drew Gillespie Dougieing on the mound, fires a 3-0 pitch, drops down and gets a strike on the outside corner. He'll go from 3 different arm angles, over the top, 3/4 and sidearm. Same pitch, different result. Doesn't get the strike called there. Drew is apoplectic. Noah scores the inning tying run, and D.R. Meadows, 2 for 2 on the night, who now has reached safely all 4 times, represents the potential inning winning run.
And man, you just talk about good banana ball IQ. D.R. Meadows wisely stayed in the box until he knew it was a ball 4 sprint call there from Randy Voss. And even after having a beat of staying there in the box, he's still able to use his speed to get into second base. Now all it takes is an Eric Jones single, and that could bring around the game-winning point for the Bananas here.
Less than 4 minutes on the clock. 8th inning now tied at a run apiece. Did the young professor just announce that this is the final inning? What are we doing?
I was going to ask you the same thing. I'm quite confused at the current moment.
We're still 3 minutes and
so now it's
seconds.
A 3-2 ball game.
That's confusing to say the least. And the Bananas are down to their final out. I would wager it probably has to do with the incoming rain that is now coming down at a torrential pace. This one lifted deep down the right field line. And it's caught at the wall. Wow! Tanner Thomas makes a game-saving play, and the Party Animals win a rain-shortened affair 3-2.
Talk about a phenomenal catch from Tanner Thomas. He is ranging out there right by the warning track, sticks the glove out there and makes the catch to end the game for the Party Animals. I mean, you talk about one of the plays of the year for the boys in black and pink. Tanner Thomas just made it.
They are now a win away to Buckeye State.
Akron, Ohio.
In a thrilling, although rain-shortened, 8-inning, 3-2 win as you get another look at the snag on the run with the rain coming down in droves, losing his hat, but finding the ball. And Drew Gillespie and company fired up to increase their record to 20-18 on the tour as the Bananas fall to 26-23. The tarp quickly coming out to cover up the Canal Park infield and try and make sure that this playing surface will still be ready to rumble on the morrow. Well, confusing at first when the young professor came out and said that this is now the final inning, but understandable once we saw the severity of the precipitation coming down. Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala, boy, that was a thrilling, albeit unfortunately shortened win for the Party Animals.
Yeah, and it's got to be a little frustrating for the Savannah Bananas. Of course, really exciting, exhilarating for the Party Animals. Once again, Tanner Thomas with one of the plays of the year when you just talk about the magnitude of that situation and just the fact that you get into that last inning. Of course, the run the Party Animals score then counts as a point for them, giving them 3. Well, the Bananas also scored a run there in the bottom of the 8th, giving them 2 points. So you bring Eric Jones up at the plate. He's still the game tying point. Well, the game tying point is on second base. Eric Jones is the game winning point up at the plate. I mean, you talk about just a beautiful game. That's what Banana Ball is becoming. It really leads to those incredible moments like we just saw.
Like Jesse Cole would have said if we interviewed him tonight, it was going to come down to the last inning. That's what Banana Ball is designed to do. I mean, it's incredible how this tour has unfolded and has been so close all the way. Party Animals dominating early, the Bananas having a phenomenal June, and now the Animals have won 2 out of 3 here in July. They threatened to take Indianapolis, winning 7-3 on Friday night before the Bananas came back and took a 4-2 win yesterday on a day game. And now the Party Animals, once again, 1 win away from taking a state.
Yeah, and you got to think they're feeling really good. Again, they threw out a bullpen game today and weren't sure how it was going to go, but each and every guy for the Party Animals really stepped up, did a good job. The Bananas had to face a lot of different arm angles and velocities from these guys, and as you can see, it really challenged them. And as for the Bananas pitching, they really struggled with control today. 8 sprints allowed by the Bananas pitching, and that's where you see them get hurt this season, is when they do not have control of that banana ball. It really hurt them tonight against the Party Animals.
That is not a recipe for success. 8 walks in baseball is a surefire way to set yourself up for an L. Sprints are so much more devastating than walks even are. So it's honestly kind of miraculous that this ended up being a 1-point ball game when you consider all the free passes. 3 of the 8 going to Jason Swan, who goes 1 for 1 with that booming RBI triple, adds 2 more stakes on the night, and ends up with 3 sprints overall. What an evening for the Party Animals first baseman.
Incredibly productive for him, and you've also got to consider guys like Reese Hampton. Reese adding yet another home run to his tour total. Now he is tied at the top of the leaderboard with 9. It's him and Eric Jones now vying for that home run crown. And man, you talk about Jake Skull getting some knocks, Bryson Bloomer continuing the good work. Party Animals offense, they just continue to roll here on this road trip.
Late night when it comes to the trick plays. The Party Animals do pull off a few. It's going to be fascinating to see what it comes down to for the showman of the night. I'd say it's probably Jason Swan or Reese Hampton, but you will find that out tomorrow. Very soon on our post-game show, we will be giving away free hokas. But before we do that, we do have to sample these cookies and first off, show off the box, which is just absolutely superb. This was from Kara's mom, not Kara, our marketing director. Kara, a potential new addition to our broadcast team. And boy, these cookies, these are the cowboy cookies. I'm going to go after one of these.
Yes, the cowboy cookies. There's a little oat in here. I believe some nut as well, chocolate chips. I mean, I've sampled quite a few already today. I think the cowboy cookie, Probably my favorite.
Cowboy cookie. Wow. It's a 9.83 out of 10. It's superb.
I was just going to go straight 9.8. Mm-hmm. It's got, like, the texture, the chocolate. There's not much to complain about.
The snickerdoodles are to die for. That's like nearly a 10 out of 10 snickerdoodle.
I do have to get a little bit of this snickerdoodle.
Yeah, come in. We got a little, looks like, good. Okay. Just an unidentifiable arm. I think it was Clayton Franklin, our high home man. I'm going to try one of these jobbers. I got that beforehand, so I'm going to kind of mix it up here. Yep, that's a great cookie. Let's just see what's going on with the chocolate chip, and then we'll give away this pair of Hokas.
That snickerdoodle, just unbelievable.
Wow. Rocks my world.
That might be a 9.9. I think I might like the snickerdoodle even more now.
I think so.
Upon a second try.
One more sample of the chocolate chip to really get an understanding of it. Chocolate chip is a 9.6 out of 10. I mean, it's great. I like a little more salt in my chocolate chip cookies. Thank you so much. You have fed the entire BTV crew tonight and will continue to feed more of our banana squad here. I mean, it's the
energy we desperately needed today.
There's been all kinds of folks from the organization coming in and grabbing those cookies. So kudos to you for making those. Let's shout out our winner of the Hokas tonight. Drum roll, please. Sean Croak. Sean Croak, congratulations. You have yourself a brand spanking new pair of Hokas heading your way. There will be another pair given away on the broadcast tomorrow night, as we will be right back here in Tire City for round 2 in Akron between the Bananas and the Party Animals. Before we bid you adieu on this rainy evening, time to shout out the casting crew that made it all possible. It starts back in Savannah in our City by the Sea. Our director, Chris Haynes, our technical director, Griffin Ellis. Boy, those two are just out of this world. On audio tonight, it is Kwanzi, one name. That is all you need on the ones and the twos. On the scorebug, Michael Basista. On the graphics, Julia Massey. On the stats, Mikey O'Connor. That is a 3-headed monster unlike any control room has ever seen before. On the replay, Mr. Jalen. You see it once, you're going to see it twice, Johnson. That dude is incredible on the sticks. And then here in Akron, Ohio, on the first base camera, Emerson Elmgren, the Iron Horse of BTV. Across the diamond, Dakota Burnstead, who nearly got hit by another foul ball today, but was able to avoid it. Great work from the two of you. Our high home cameraman, who was right next to us in the booth, Mr. Clayton Franklin, getting a cookie at the end there. Our high third cameraman, Mr. Ben Barks. New angle, great guy to do it. Our center field cameraman, Ian Wren. Thank you so much for hopping on BTV for the evening. And on wireless for 3 straight games, Taylor Finneran is turning into an Iron Horse of his own here on this mini road trip. Our moderators in the chat, Scott Thompson and Colbyte_, both here in Akron tonight. Thanks so much for coming out to hang with us, guys. You absolutely rock. Our video legend, Mr. Chris Sacchi, the Italian rapscallion. Our YouTube king, Zach Bro, Zacharias, the one true ZB. Our K-Club and Zappos queen, Melly B, Millicent Bean Supreme, the best in the business. Thanks for getting the people another pair of Hokas. Congratulations again to you, Sean Croak. Thank you so much to Kyle Lewigs and Emily Cole for popping on the broadcast, and Ryan Cox for joining us on the Rain Delay Show, and of course, Mr. Josh Talevsky, podcasting and broadcasting all in one night. You were excellent.
Vico, you were quacking me up the whole night. It's great fun.
You sly dog, you. For Chad Reese, our coordinating producer of Bananas TV, the straw that stirs the drink and the brains of our whole operation, as well as our executive producers, Emily Cole, Jesse Cole, and Carrie Cole, along with Jared Orton. I am Biko Scala saying so long for now. Party Animals win a 1-inning shortened game due to rain, 3-2. Take night 1 in Akron, and they can win the Buckeye State on the morrow. We'll be live at 6:30 for pregame, 7 p.m. first pitch. Cannot wait to see you there. I'm Biko Scala saying so long for now, and of course, we'll see you later!